Alright, this is probably one of the most unique and awesome cloud formations that I've seen quite a while. Unfortunately, I screwed up and I tried uploading the security camera video files to a corrupted hard drive that I didn't know was corrupted. And then when they transferred over there, I went ahead and deleted the originals. And then when I went to go look for the other ones, I realized that it was a corrupted hard drive and they never transferred over there. So I basically lost my awesome higher quality videos of this event. I did, however, take a bunch of cell phone photos, and then I had a couple of security cameras, fixed security cameras, that happened to be aimed towards my backyard, which caught them pretty much as they were moving over me, and then the backside of these objects inside basically becoming illuminated, with the illuminated side facing me. So I was able to see some pretty unique scenes as they passed over me and moved on in the distance. So you can definitely tell it's not a normal cloud. And there was two of them. That was the first one, and then the second one was even crazier. But I really wish I was able to record the front as they were approaching, because the mechanics of how everything was spiraling and billowing out in all directions, and big like snail foot at the bottom, like this bulbous thing at the bottom moving on its own. It was unique. You'll see after all the videos are done the few panoramas I took. But here comes this one right here. Now I'm recording this with my Huey because my screen capture did a shitty job. Everything was super bright and white. You couldn't really see as well as you should to be able to see the blue, the vivid blue and orange colors that are in these things. Because I want it to look, I want to show it as I saw it with my own eyes. And this was pretty much the best way to do that. But I mean, look at the blue, the vivid blue inside, and then this it's like there's a mini sun inside this formation. And the way it just kind of billows up, falls down, and I mean, it's like a, I don't know, cloud machine in there. But you can see the different illuminated areas that kind of become illuminated towards the surface, and they drop back into the thick of the cloud and they go away, and that glowing and the modest type ion bleed off up top, and just continually billowing out this yellow glowing cloud. I mean, it's almost, you see it, it's almost like there's something in there, and then it just turns into like a dusty cloud behind it as it slowly moves on. Now that looks more like a dust cloud than it does a cloud. Just continually billowing up as it moves on. There's definitely something in there. I'm thinking they're probably something like those folded face objects that I captured a few times that look like they have wrinkles. They tend to move in the core of these formations. This is just a different one. I think this is just sped up a little faster. Fortunately, I didn't get all but maybe 3 good camera angles. A lot of my other cameras are dead, dying, or the cords are falling apart, so the video is not very good. I just don't know if I care to invest in more cameras at this point. I mean, I already know what's out there. I've seen it enough. How much money do I want to invest to try to show skeptics this stuff, People can't see it by now, then they never will. But it was just a interesting cloud formation to just pop up out of nowhere. That's why you always gotta be ready, because you never know. A boring day could turn into a day like that. Just look at it, and that's a different camera. You can see the glowing right there at the front. It's like it's ionizing the dust around it. So maybe it's because the sun's setting and it's changing frequencies, and everything just starts glowing. I really don't know. Pretty damn awesome though. Reminds me a lot of the way the cloud formations look when the cube comes in for a close pass. And I have been seeing a lot of straight edge lines and square shaped things in the sky lately, which is usually an indicator that it's either about to do a close pass, or it already has, or it's somewhere up there. Yeah, crappy quality, I know. One more time, and then some photos. I'll just let this play until the photo section, and then I'll explain the little part when I get to it. Alright, so this funky formation, when you zoom in, you find out kind of why it's doing all that funky stuff. All these little black dot craft, little things zipping around in there, trying to control, hide, or monitor this passing object, which is clearly inside the cloud, and above it, the bigger ones above it, maybe even the cubes up there. You can see that's the ion bleed off that's coming down, and then down there at the bottom's the lead asteroid, or asteroids in the group, and then all these little suckers that are zipping around doing whatever the hell they do. This was one weird formation. Kind of pissed off that I accidentally deleted the time-lapse videos from my security camera, but I took some cell phone photos, and I had a couple of cameras that were actually pointed in the right direction on my fixed security system, lower quality, but in order to get the vividness and everything, to see exactly how it was without being blinded, I had to record my screen with my cell phone. So apologies for the low quality, but it was all I was able to scramble to get. This thing came out of nowhere, kind of caught me off guard, so I didn't really have enough time to set up. But it was quite a unique formation, especially when it started moving over me and then past me, and I started seeing the illuminated backsides of these objects, and basically the entire cloud formation was radiating, glowing yellow-orange, and then that blue was obviously coming from something else. But watch how this formation, it comes in, and then a part of it at the front starts shooting off to the left. The main part of the cloud is, and it was glowing like that in person with your eyes. It's glowing white, yellow, and then you got the two that are following the path. It's almost like they're glowing objects inside, moving around. I mean, just watch for yourself. It's definitely not a normal cloud. It literally just came out of nowhere from a boring, kind of overcast day. But I mean, you see how it's just glowing in the center of it, and it almost turns into like a dust cloud right there. It's crazy.